you. By this time next year, God help me here. Ain't nobody come to receive that thing. By this time next year, that God has promised you shall come to pass. I dare you to slap somebody high five and say, I'm waiting until the change. Yeah, so here. She said, please don't play with me. I ain't got time to play. I've been knowing my husband for a long time and ain't nothing come up in here. Please don't, y'all acting like God help me. Y'all ain't never talked to God like that. God, don't play with me. Is it for real what you showing me in dreams and in open visions? Y'all ain't talking to me. God showed you something lately that it literally blew your mind, and so you better not even begin to tell nobody else about what the Lord has spoke to you. Y'all ain't talking back to me. Is there any dreamers that messed around and slipped into church today that got dreams that is so big, God help me, that your family can't even contain it, or if you even explain it? Is there anybody else? I wish I had somebody that came to get a word from the Lord. And understand that a lot of times people will underestimate you simply because of who it is that you have always been. But I got news for you. God told me to tell you that the script is getting ready to be flipped. Because of who you always been is not who you're always going to be. The Lord is saying for me to tell you that you might as well get ready because your change has finally come. I'll shake two people's hand and tell them it's yours. Yeah. Don't be afraid of them. Tell them it's yours. It belongs to you. It's yours. It's yours. And so it is. Oh God. She had the child. And the child grew up. Understand that after the child grew up, understand, God help me here, that the child went out in the field with his father, and the child began to have a severe head problem. That's what the Bible said. The Bible said that the child had a severe head problem. And you got to understand that is the place where the enemy will try to get the most of us. A lot of times he don't try to mess with our body, but he try to mess with our mind. And understand that when he gets your mind, he got you. That's what the enemy is after. He's after the head. But I come to tell the devil that my mind belongs to the Lord. Is there anybody up in here that'll be bold enough to roll your sleeves up and tell the devil, don't you mess with my mind? Because if I keep my mind stayed on him, he'll keep me in prayer. Is there anybody that know the word that don't mind saying that I'm going to keep my mind stayed on him? It doesn't matter what my problem is. It doesn't matter what my situation is. It don't matter who's talking about me. My mind is going to be stayed on the Lord. Matter of fact, Judas, do what you do and do it quickly. Because I got to do what I've been sent to do. Not my will, but let thy will be. Is there anybody that'll clap their hands and give God praise for a peace of mind? I got to go now. I can't stay here long. And so the boy said, my head, Daddy, my head. And understand that the father wasn't in position to deal with his own son. And understand, unfortunately, that's how it is in modern day society. Babies having babies, and babies don't know how to deal with babies. Y'all ain't talking to me here. A whole lot of folks, God help me, don't know how to deal with mature, levels of operation in life because they are dysfunctional themselves. And understand that there's been a whole lot of people, that is even old enough but still got childish ways. But the Bible said when I was a child, I spoke as a child. But now I have become a man, and now I got to put away my childish behaviors. Can somebody say it's time to grow up? It's time. He set the child in the house to be with his mother. And the Bible said that the mother had the child on her knee, and the child died. Isn't it an amazing thing how God can give you something in one season and then the next season is gone. Oh, nobody don't want to talk to me. Isn't it funny how you can have money 1 week and then the next week your money tight, your change strange, ain't nobody talking back to you. Isn't it amazing how at 1 hour you can have happiness, joy, and peace, and then the very next all hell has broken? Ain't nobody gonna talk back to me. Isn't it strange how sometimes life is sometimes up and I wish I had somebody up here that said, you telling the truth, Pastor. I can relate, I can understand, because that is showing up the truth. Sometimes life is in a conflict, but that's okay and that's all right, because the Bible says that weeping may endure for a night. Anybody understand what the word says? But joy comes in the morning. So devil, bring it on, whatever it is that you're trying to do to me. I got enough boldness in God that I'm going to stand flat-footed and say that the battle is not mine, but it belongs to the Lord. Is there anybody up in here that gets joy when they think about what the Lord has done for them? I think they just shake somebody's hand and say, I got joy, I got joy. I don't know about you, but I got joy. Come on, just break out and just go and give somebody just a welcome handshake and say, I got joy. Even though he died, but that wasn't the end of the story. Even though he died, that wasn't the conclusion of the matter. Because even though sometimes it appears that stuff is taken away from you, that don't mean that that's the end of the story. Because it ain't over until sound like I got some people up in here that understand that it ain't over today until God says it. Sometimes you want to walk away and don't look back, but God said it ain't over until I say that it's. Oh God, if you know I'm telling the truth, somebody ought to say, show you right, preacher. Try not to get too excited. Thank God. So the man of God stretched out over and breathed back into him, and he came back to life. But here it is. This is something I had to deal with between 2 Kings 4 and 8. Yes, sir. Because as we run to 2 Kings 8, we'll understand that the same man of God speak to her and tell her, I need for you to leave your house. I need you to leave your house because I'm letting you know that there's going to be a 7 year. 7 years it's going to be dried up. So 7 years there's not going to be any supplies, and so you need to leave. You and but here it is, mess with me. Between 4 and 8, I don't see the Father there. I don't know where he went. I don't know what his business was. But I can tell you this.
Put your feet down.
It's funny how people will stick with you as long as everything's going on wrong. Nobody don't want to talk to me. Nobody never had that experience. It's funny how folks want to be your friend as long as you have some tangible goods to share with them and to give to them. But as soon as things turn sour, people have a tendency to leave you. But I dare you to say,